Now then, welcome back to New Eriador. And the tree has been taken down because Christmas is over and everybody's packing away the decorations. And somebody left something under the tree. And I don't know who it could be for. I think it was Peddy. Peddy left some parcels under the tree and mostly people collected them. But I've got to say, I forgot for ages. And then when I looked for it inside under the tree with all the other presents. And I must have completely walked past these two chests. When I come in from the nether, I generally will come up through, I will come up through here, where we exit the town hall, come running round here, and then just come straight over here, jump, 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 and I'm home to get whatever I need. And then I've got a door right here, right just here, to go back down again and home. So when I couldn't find it, I didn't look very hard. And then I left it, and now it's one of the only presents left. But it's in handy at the minute, this iron. The slime balls, cool, thank you very much. Some snowballs, cheers, and a couple of poppies, lovely. And a Merry Christmas from Peddy and Erika. Eureka! And that's good, that's cool. I suppose I take the chest and the sign as well. Can never have too many chests and signs, can you? Thank you very much. There is something new, if I can find it. Something new to show you, and something new that I must partake in before heading to the Skelly farm to get some more bones. That's where I'm going. Bones and bows. I need bones and bows, I tell you. I think it's probably going to be in the... oh yeah, I know. I know where they said they were going to build it. And once you see it, you can't miss it. There's the stairwell down through the Hall of Merriment. And here is the ABBA cave-in. ABBA cave-in competition tournament thing. And this house up here is looking pretty good now. Let me just get distracted for a minute. Who's up here? We've got this little tree house, but not a tree house. That's pretty cool, nice looking. I like that. That's pretty cool looking. It's a bit odd because it's on the flatland, but it's pretty cool looking, no doubt. And Lena, the two new people on the server have built houses right next to each other in completely opposite styles. One's got a feminine feel about it. You can tell, you can kind of tell, feminine. And then, this is my tree house. I am a man. This is my shed. I am a man. Yep, there you go. Welcome to the server, guys. Thank you very much for coming and joining in. You are doing wonderful work on the server. It's fun to have people like that on a server to play with. But in Lewis's old hobbit hole, because Lewis doesn't play vanilla. I didn't think he would when I first heard about him. I was like, oh, I'm starting the new Eriador up soon. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting involved in vanilla 1.8. Lewis is like, yeah, me too. Can I join? Well, I can ask Peddy. Peddy gets him to join. Yeah, no problem. Of course, yeah, sure. Any friend of Nemsun? Yep, no problem. And he built this awesome little hobbit hole. And that was like second episode. And then we didn't get to see a third episode because he then realised just how much grind the the vanilla is. To do all of the things you want to do, you've got to grind and get all the materials for yourself. There's no quarries, there's no automation, there's no pipes and pumping stuff. The sun's going down. Good time. ABBA. Do you know what it stands for? I once looked at ABBA caving and I thought it must stand for something. For all belongs... all belongings... become our... all belongings become our winners. I don't know what it means. And then, of course, I understand now because I'm a little bit older in the world of Minecraft and I've played it a few times. It's actually based on the Winner Takes It All song by ABBA. Yes. I face palm at my stupidity. It's obvious when you think about it, isn't it? But I was like, oh, no, that doesn't work. And then, no, that doesn't work. And I couldn't figure out what it stood for, but they wrote it backwards as well. And then I was like, hold on, that's like ABBA. And then one day I was hearing an ABBA song. Not that I hear ABBA songs every day, but they are on the radio and stuff every now and again, aren't they? Winner takes it all. Yeah, I'm not even going to try and sing it. Well, anyone who doesn't know what ABBA caving is, it is... Ores are given a point value. So Peddy has very carefully laid out the points value here. Diamonds being 10 points. And coal being worth 1 point, right? You have to silk touch your ores, you go caving for a matter of minutes. There's some rules up on the side there, but yeah. You go caving for 16 minutes, I think it is, in this particular tournament. 16 minutes of caving with somebody else, named by game versus. And after the 16 minutes is up, you come along and you place all your items into a chest. And then add up the points totals, and whoever gets the highest amount of points, i.e. got the most diamonds, they go through to the next round to face off the winner of the other game. And then those two go to there, and it's a knockout tournament from there. And whoever wins the final takes it all. Winner takes it all, baby. Normally, you'd have two players. They would have a go out caving, have a laugh together, and then when the time was up, they would count it all up, and the winner takes it all. This is a tournament. So to enter the tournament, I believe I've got to put my name in a chest. And this guy, Mr. Mendel, is supposed to stop anyone going into the vault, where all of their stuff goes into the vault, and no one can get in. Obviously, no one can get in through these iron bars to find out what's... But, yeah, but it's a vault. There's no need to cheat. So, somewhere, sign up, take your name from here. Where am I? There we go. And put it in here. And then it disappears. Yes. There's things about both players have Silk Touch and both players get some potions. There's a little set of potions here as well. One set per player. Button to get potions and a bucket. Push button to get potions and a bucket. I'm not going to do that because that would be wasting. Right, over to the Skelly Farm. And over to the Skelly Farm. As always, it's very dark down here because, well, they've got to keep that bit dark up there so that mobs can spawn. But I'll put the torch on just for your viewing pleasure. I spent about half an hour maybe, half an hour down here tidying up just before starting recording, and I had a quick sort out. Arrows, we're in no short supply of arrows here, but bones, I literally had to put all those bones in myself. Arrows, I've started putting durability of arrows together because I need dispensers, and when I need dispensers I need bows, and when I need bows I come here to get the bows rather than going and getting string and sticks and making my own. And I come here to get bones for my farm. So I'm going to have to spend more time over here because it does... I'd said last episode, which was last week, that there were no bones left here, and that's right, there's no bones left here. There's armors in here I've sorted all out as well, and all these power bows, which I might combine because I've got 36 levels and I don't really have anything to do with it. We've got an enchanting table, but no anvil at the minute. No anvil. So I was glad that Peddy had given us this present, because now I can make us an anvil. Oh, just enough for an anvil, isn't it? Ding, 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 ding. Oh, I got one left for myself. Awesome. Happy Christmas, everybody. There we go. And I was thinking about combining some spare bits. Let's see what we got here. I was thinking about combining some spare bits up with some spare levels here. I've seen that there's some Feather Falling 3, Unbreaking 3 golden boots. And I was going to combine them with Protection 2. and then combine them and repair them with Protection 2 again, making Feather Falling 3, Unbreaking 3, Protection 3. A nice little set of duty boots just to stop my favourite boots, which is Unbreaking, Blast Protection, Feather Falling, Depth Strider, just to let them take a little bit less of the work and stick those away so that I don't have to repair them quite so often. Because a little pair of cheap boots that I've picked up from the Skelly farm is going to be a lot better for me. Then there was a Blast Protection Unbreaking 3 and Little Thorns 1 on it. And a bit of a repair on that at the same time. Gives me 4 levels left, but when I'm doing all my XP farming over here, Unbreaking 3, Unbreaking 1, no point putting Unbreaking 1 on, let's repair it with that. When I'm doing all my, not XP farming as such, is that worth it? That's not really worth it, is it? That's a bit of a waste. I'm collecting bones and all that kind of stuff for my farms, and then I can do all these little bits and pieces with all the XP that I don't really actually need. If I was actually XP grinding, then I would be going to the Ender farm and getting all of the Endermen and leveling up a lot faster. But as it goes, I'm just in it for the bones right now. And these arrows and stuff don't really make any difference. Thank you. The bones do it for me at the minute. That's what I need. So I get rid of those. And I will just continue to keep sorting out the bows and arrows and all that kind of stuff while I'm here, maybe making something fairly cool, I guess. That protection chain can go, and I'll wear that around the house. Yep. It's kind of what I was looking at, just a work suit, really. Just something that doesn't matter if it breaks on me, because I'm... Oh, I better take the light out. Because I'm not bothered about it. It's not my diamond armour. I'll wear my diamond armour for when we go special ABBA caving. In fact, actually, I might make a special suit just for going caving. And it needs to only be gold, really, doesn't it? It doesn't need to be diamond when you're caving. A bit of feather falling, depth strider, maybe fire protection on it. That kind of thing, just so I can get into lava and all that. There will be fire protection potions and water breathing night vision and all kinds of stuff provided as part of the tournament. So we're getting all that anyway. And they're like 8-minute potions and it's 16 minutes. So when your 2 potions run out, you basically call it a day without having to keep track of time. Pretty cool. You'll get to see those sort of things in videos soon enough. I may challenge somebody for a practice game in the meantime, however. Just to get some stock together. Get some things. There's another entrance. Let's do it. And there we go. Thank you. Okay, stop bouncing. Thank you. And head on back to base, where I've got some more things that have gone wrong, shall we say. Okay, back to base. I have had a little bit of a nightmare. That's why this was blocked up. Not because mobs getting in, but mobs getting out. I've been working on the farms and been failing on the farms at the same time, really. Get some redstone. I've been failing. You know, last episode I did this perfect animal cooker. Or at least what I thought was a perfect animal cooker. Well, it wasn't so perfect on server side. It was pretty good still. It was extremely efficient in the single player. But when it got on the server, I found loads of problems. Just running it for a little while, I was like, oh man, not that as well. Oh, that's broken as well now. Oh no. Yeah, let's make them all up, save the bows being all over the place. Yeah, I had problems with tick rate. Let's get those as well, why not? Yeah, there we go. Had problems with the tick rate of the server. Not because the server's bad, just because a server's tick rate and a single-player world are different things altogether. So the farm that I had wasn't working properly. Right? And before I show you what's new, and what's new, and stuff, let me try and explain, right? I had a redstone signal that was being split into 2. When I pushed a button, the dispenser would dispense lava from a bucket. And then, the very next tick, so 1 tick, it was dispensing, the very next tick, it was supposed to pick it back up again. That's how it works in single player. That's how I had it set up. There was a 1 tick difference, so it would drop it, pick it back up. Drop it, pick it back up. Just enough time to set the animals alight and then put it away before the animals died. And I had to delay that because of the server being slow, so that it would take it and then it wouldn't pick it up. So I had to delay it so it would pick it up. And in that time, that extra length, the animals died and burnt all the goodies. So I ended up getting nothing from a farm like that, which was a bit meh. I was about to put a slime ball in one of these. I don't know which one yet. Farm produce, slime balls, why not? Yeah, so I had to change my mind about that one. It just wasn't going to work for me, so I changed it. And because I... Oh, that's a Merry Christmas one, isn't it? So I really should have a nice little place to put that. Where? There it is. Thank you. Where should I put it? A Hall of Nice Things. I don't have a Hall of Nice Things at the moment. So to make sure I keep it safe, there it can go up there. Merry Christmas from Freddy and Rika. Bones and wool can go in there. That's why I've gathered that up. And the bones and stuff I'm keeping on me. Okay, right. Now, and I'm going to need a couple of dispensers. But I don't think I need all of them. So I'll throw the rest away. I'm going to need redstone. I'm getting my redstone on again today. I don't know how this is going to work. I'm trying to remove the amount of redstone that I actually need in there so that I haven't got as many issues in there, if you get me. I want to use minecarts as much as possible again as well, but this section here is a minecart, but taking the stuff from there and taking it across here and dropping it into the same system that this chest goes into. Same system. But to get the stuff into that minecart in the first place, I decided to use an item elevator. So if I just throw... yes. Actually, let's throw this cobble away. Not going to need it. Let's put some cobble in there. This is the exit chest. It goes along the water, fires along the water, and then goes up the item elevator, into that hopper up there, across into this cart, who then drops it off, and then it goes through the system and gets sorted. So anything that gets put into this water stream here goes up through in the item elevator and gets sorted. So then anything that goes into this chest or this hopper or whatever it ends up being will go into the storage. Now, this is as much space as I've got, really, because I'm trying to keep to the original layout of the abandoned mineshaft. And as you can see, I've started making the abandoned mineshaft look a little bit different, but still keeping the same sort of feel of it. I'm trying to keep it looking like underground without too much faffing about. I'm actually replacing all the bad stone. So this is bad stone. You find it naturally. Bad stone, you find it naturally. I like it. I build with it and things later. All this and dirt and all that, I'm removing that in favour of smooth stone. So I'm actually making time to faff around with it to make it all stone and all smooth and nice. But this looks better to me than the previous contraption that I had last episode. And it works differently. It's not all self-contained in one little hotspot. I've had to remove most of the redstone trickery, and instead I've got a single hole with cows and a single hole with sheep. Still got a little trigger. I've got a pressure plate to stand on to trigger something, and a single hole with pigs because, of course, they require a different type of food. And my food chests are a bit smaller than they used to be. And what else? Oh, that lever actually operates something down below. So the pigs bob around a bit. Ever got a baby in there? Yes, I have. Babies and parents and everything stay inside that area while the water's bobbing along. Right? Turn the water off. They're all still in there. I've got that lever connected to a trapdoor underneath. Same with these two. So I'll feed them, and if I want them breeding into a mass here, so that they're faster to breed, if that makes sense. If there's more mouths to feed, there's more babies as a result of a one feeding session. Yeah, once I'm breeding them all up. If I get too many in there, then I can just literally punch them to death or hack them up with a sword or whatever. But when the babies come along and I want to actually harvest them, as it were, cook them, I've got a little setup down here that is a trapdoor. Now, mummy cows, I can't believe I'm looking up a cow's bum. Mummy cows don't fall through this gap because it's got a trapdoor there and they just fit inside this 1x1. They actually don't fit very well inside this 1x1, but they don't fall through a 1x1 gap unless they're in a mine cart, which is what I had to do to get them in there. So there's a trapdoor. Same for the cows. The pigs also have a trapdoor. Same thing, there's the baby, just falls straight out because the baby can fall through a 1x1, but the parents can't. So the babies then fall into these little trenches instead. And instead of waiting to be cooked, I don't know what I've got, to be honest. He grew up very fast, didn't he? He was there for a while. I don't know what I've got yet. I've got this dispenser with lava in idea for me to funnel the babies into one place and then just pop a lava in them when the time is right. Maybe have something on this side over here so that I can see babies growing into adults and then pop a lava on them. I don't know. I wanted it to be automatic, so I would feed them. They would go down a chute. They would end up being in that area, and then they would receive lava to the face. That's what I envisioned when I was making it. They would receive lava to the face. But that couldn't happen. Another thing that went wrong, even with this new build that I've got here, I built all this, right? And then I tried a lava death trap down here. It was here. You can see where the cobblestone is. It was some hoppers leading out to a chest, and I put some signs over the hoppers, and then I put lava over the signs, and I encased it all in stone and glass, and a bit of wood caught fire. And before I knew it, I could hear all my sheep dying, and then all my cows dying, and I come running around here to put out the fire, and half of this had all burnt out, and all my animals were dead. Nearly all my animals were dead. So I had to dig all the way back up and find some more animals and drop them down into this 1x1 hole and do all that. But it gave me a chance to rethink the whole design, which was good, So now I've got to figure out this bit of a cooker area. I've also got to figure out this last little bit of redstoning. When I had the redstone signal goes in there, look, right? So the lever on that block there makes the redstone signal light up, and I did have it coming straight down to the bottom here by a redstone torch just here, down to light the redstone to go back to then charge this block with redstone to open and close the trapdoor. But every time I tread on the pressure plate, I also got the trapdoor opening, which meant that I was dropping babies when I didn't want to drop babies, if that makes sense. Yeah, there was something triggering there. And the trapdoor was being triggered by the redstone signal going across as well. So if the trapdoor was meant to be open, any block update would potentially close it again. So I have to think about it all over again. But I'll do that in a minute. It's only a simple case of probably doing the same sort of thing as I did here, which was taking the redstone signal, taking it down a block, back round a block, and then in a block to there. So it goes down and round and back in. Without any fuss, no redstone showing whatsoever, it does what it's supposed to do. And the little piggy wigs will come down here and disappear. So I've got to do a little bit of thinking, and I will be back in a little bit to show you what I've got. It's going to take me some time to figure it out because I haven't got a clear plan right now. So I'm going to get it done and then I'll show you what I did, rather than trying to muddle through it with you. Well, a couple of hours later, I've kind of finished-ish. I haven't finished off. This area is still the same, as you can see. Still the breeding area. But now I've got this little slaughter area here. Like I was describing, I wanted to bring them up and then move them across and kill them and cook them and have the things sorted out here into the right places for me. So I've got an output here for those materials that you gain from the sheep and pigs and cows. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do the sorting yet. That's the next thing to figure out. I've managed to get them up here though. That was a difficult thing because these little pigs, and the sheep and the cows, they don't want to travel very much. I mean, I thought for one moment that because they travel to their parents, they try and get to their parents, that if I led them to their parents, that then they would potentially be able to be picked up in a minecart or a water stream or something. But that didn't really work. I tried putting them in a water stream and just killed loads of them because they've got hardly any health, so they just drowned in water streams. You couldn't have them so that they get pushed up steps because they just sort of stand on the step and wait and get muddled up and then they get stuck, basically. So I ended up using a minecart and a minecart trick down here, which I'm quite pleased about using because I actually wanted to use a lot of minecarts. I used some of these activator rails. So I used an activator rail there to pop them out. And because that's the only location they can physically get out of the cart, they bounce up onto the half slab. So if I turn those carts on, those carts will basically run up and down, up and down, up and down. There's a little detector rail at the end there. So when a cart passes over the detector rail, it activates the activator rail, which tips them out, and they end up in there. As you can see, I've been testing it. It's working quite well. I haven't found too many bugs in it yet. What we got is we've got the water streams coming from where the breeding happens. They fall down and go through off those two, end up coming into the water stream here and down into the bottom there. Same with the pigs. They all just come flow down into here and end up getting pushed into this area here. Now they do try and get up the track, but the carts go down, hit the first one, hit the second one and go back up again. So they do clear out fast enough, the carts do. There's two carts in there because the first cart got stuck, so I put a second cart in there and that solved it all and that sorted it all out. So we've got a solution to this stage. I'm going to mess around with it a bit more over the course of the next week and show you my final result. Hopefully I can still get inside and show you all of the redstone and workings in here. If not, build it and have a clear idea of how it's going to work and then build it on video for you. But I do want to get on with other things in the base. I mean, this cow feeder, breeder, everything to do with breeding them and then killing them and cooking them and eating them has been a right nightmare, really. I've had to learn a whole load of new things. I don't know, where is this? Let's take some of the carrots out. Let's just run a little breed. They should just fall straight out and go through. Let's just give you a little show and tell. Let's see how it works. And pigs, there they go. They're going down there. They get picked up. They get scooped up. They get taken away. Empty cart comes down. They get picked up, scooped up, taken away. And they should be empty. Look, they're empty carts now. So those pigs have ended up the top here. So I've got quite a few more pigs in there. Yep. That's the way it works. I've got to remember to turn this off and they sit still. And then before I breed them, I've got to turn it back on again. So that should work. Let me just check it again just to show you it in working order. This time we'll do it with the cows and sheep. So breeding them. They're going to fall through the gap below. They're only held up by that trapdoor. But I leave the trapdoor open so the babies go straight through because I've got enough breeding stock in here at the minute, as you can see. There's quite a lot of breeding stock in there at the minute. That goes in there, and that goes in there. There we go. And if I'm quick enough, I might see them coming up. Looks like they've already come up, if they're coming up at all. Yeah, there's quite a few more in there, babies. So it takes a little doing. It gets them, it cleans them, it cleans them up, it picks them up, and it brings them over here. The next stage I've got to figure out is when they're grown in here, how to get them across into a cooking area where I can cook them up, and also be able to see when they're ready. So if I see when they're ready here, bringing them across and cooking them isn't too much of a deal. And I would like to leave this little route open so I can get in and get down and go and keep an eye on things. It's well lit and everything. But yeah, that's it for New Eriador this week. We've been entered into the ABBA games, the tournament, and that'll take place when there's enough competitors. So there'll be 16 names going into the hat, then Peddy will do a draw, and then I'll get matched up with people, and there'll be 3 different ABBA caving episodes coming up to decide the winner. Hopefully 3. If I fail the first one, then, well, that's it. I'm stuck with that, aren't I? And gotta try and figure this lot out. Wait for them to breed, wait for them to grow up, and then figure out how I'm going to do with them. My first thought was to have a water stream from here, pushing them across and dropping them down into another pit. And then using lava to cook them, and they just basically fall straight into a hopper. That was the first plan I had, but I don't know yet. I'm gonna have to figure that out a little bit more. I've now got less space to work in, but well, it'll work. I'm sure I'll figure something out, even if I have to just get in there and kill them myself and then cook stuff and put it away. I don't know. I'll try and automate it as best I can though. And I'll see you next episode on New Eriador. Thank you very much for watching. It has been a task and a half this week, so please leave a like. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time on New Eriador.